Hello friends, very good morning to all of you. Now in the last session we started with operating costing. We discussed somewhat 5 questions from the study material I have provided. So now let's proceed further. Let's discuss few more questions on operating costing. So let's start. Now see, in the last session few students were requesting me to solve illustration number 4 of study material. I repeat again, few students were asking that sir please solve illustration number 4 of study material because they are finding it little difficult. So now I'll be discussing first of all illustration number 4 because it also belongs to transportation industry. So I'll be starting with illustration number 4 of study material as provided by ICAI. So I request you guys to please open your module study material illustration number 4. I'll mention the page number also. 1 second guys. Page number, it is illustration number 4 of study material. So I'll be discussing illustration number 4. SMC is a public school. So guys, I suggest you to take out all your study material and illustration number 4 of study materials. So let's start with illustration number 4 of study material. SMC is a public school having 5 buses, each plying in different direction for transportation of its school students. In a view of large number of students availing of the bus service, the bus work 2 shifts daily. Okay, so both in the morning and in the afternoon. The buses are garaged in the school. The workload of the students has been so arranged that in the morning, first trip pick up senior students and the second trip lying an hour later pick up the junior students. Fine. Similarly, in the afternoon, the first trip take the junior students and an hour later second trip takes the senior students. Okay, cool. Now the distance traveled by each bus is total 8 kilometers one way. The school works for 25 days in a month and remain closed for vacation in May, June and December. Bus fees, however, is payable by students for all the 12 months in a year. The details of expenses for a year are as under: driver salary 4,500 per month per driver. Now see, there are total number of buses are 5. So for per bus 1 driver, so total 4,500 per month into 12 months into 5 drivers. Next is cleaner salary 3,500 per month payable for all the 12 months and 1 cleaner employed for all the 5 buses. So in 5 buses there is only 1 cleaner. License fees, taxes etc. are 8,600 per bus per annum. Insurance cost is 10,000 per bus per annum. Repairs and maintenance is 35,000 per bus per annum. Purchase price of each bus is 15 lakh each and the life of each bus is 12 years. And the scrap value of bus at the end of the life is 3 lakh rupees. Perfect. This data will be helpful in calculating depreciation. The diesel cost is 45 rupees per liter. Each bus gives in mileage of 4 km per liter of diesel. So the average of the bus is 4 km per liter. The bus runs for 4 km for every liter of diesel. The seating capacity of each bus is 50 students. The seating capacity is fully occupied during the whole year. Now see, The students picked up and dropped within a range up to 4 kilometers of distance from school are charged half fare, and 50% of students traveling in each trip are in this category. So the students traveling up to 4 kilometers is charged half of the fare, and 50% students belong to this category. Ignore interest. Since the charges are to be based on average cost, you are required to prepare. Now see what question is asking. Prepare a statement showing the expenses of operating a single bus and the fleet of 5 buses for a year. So first statement what we have to prepare is illustration number 4 of study material. Statement showing the expense of operating a single bus and fleet of the statement showing expenses of operating single bus and 5 buses. Single bus and 5 buses. So let's start. For single bus and for 5 buses. Particulars. The same format will be using fixed cost / standing cost now. Let's start with the question part. Guys, be patient. I'll be addressing all your queries at the end of the question. Now, the expenses details are given below. The first expenses is driver salary only. So, driver salary 4,000 per month, 4,500 per month per driver. So for one bus it will be 54,000. So for fleet of 5 buses it will be 2,70,000. I hope it is clear. So for per bus it will be 4,500 into 12. So for single bus it will be 54,000, and for 5 buses it will be 2,70,000. Now, cleaner salary, it is 3,500 rupees into 12 months. So it comes to 42,000 in aggregate for 5 bus. Again I repeat, 3,500 into 12. So it is 42,000 for 5 buses. Only one cleaner is employed for all the 5 buses. Divided by total number of buses is 5. So we'll allocate 8,500 cost to every bus. In the last session, I don't remember the name. A student asked the query how to show the cleaner salary. So hopefully your doubt is clear, dear. So now let's proceed further. License fees, taxes, etc. 8,600 per bus per annum. So license fees 8,600 per bus. So 8,600 into 5. Total 43,000 for all the 5 buses. Insurance is 10,000 per bus per annum. $10,000 per bus per annum. So for a single bus it will be 10,000. For 5 buses it will be 50,000. Repairs and maintenance will go in the last part. Maintenance cost, we will write it. Now depreciation. Right now I am writing all the fixed expenses. Depreciation. The purchase price of a bus is 15 lakh. Scrap value is 3 lakh. Divided by useful life is 12 years. So 15 lakh minus 3 lakh divided by 12 years. So 1 lakh depreciation for every bus. So if it is 1 bus, it will be 1 lakh. For 5 buses, it will be 5 lakh. Now, now next is diesel cost. So I think all the fixed costs are over. So now next is variable cost oblique running cost. The diesel cost is rupees 45 per liter and the bus gives a mileage of 4 km per liter of diesel. So now let's calculate the number of kilometers. So calculation of kilometer. Now again to the top at the start of the question, illustration number 4. Now see, in a view of large number of students availing the bus services, the bus work in 2 shifts daily, both in the morning and in the afternoon. The bus are garaged in the school. The workload of student has been so arranged in the morning that the first trip pick up senior students. So it goes first trip for senior students from school to pick up the students. Again return. Now they will go to pick up junior students and then again return. I repeat again, since the bus is garaged in the school, so they will go to pick up senior students first, again return back to school, then they will go to pick up junior students and then they will return back to school. So the per one-way distance is 8 kilometers. And they will repeat this process same in the afternoon, so multiplied by 2. The bus run for 25 days in a month. So into 25. Into how many months in a year the bus is in operation? Except May, June and December. So total 9 months in a year. For every bus. So for every bus, how many kilometers? 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. 8 fours are 32. 32 into 2, 64. 64 into 25 into 9. 14,400 kilometers per bus. So if it is 5 buses, it will be 14,400 kilometers into 5. 72,000 kilometers for 5 bus. So now we can easily calculate the cost of the diesel. So let's say we are calculating for one bus, it's 14,400 the kilometer. Now each bus gives a mileage of 5 kilometer, each bus gives a mileage of, bus gives a mileage of 4 kilometers. So divided by 4 kilometers. So we will get the quantity of diesel. So it is 14,400 divided by 4 kilometers. That means what? There is a requirement of 3,600 liters of diesel, and the cost of diesel is 45. So it will be 1,62,000 into 5, 8,10,000. Now, maintenance cost. Repair and maintenance expenditure is given in the question, that is 35,000 per bus per annum. So 35,000 into number of buses 5. 1,75,000. So let's make the total of all the fixed costs. 54,000 plus 8,400 plus 8,600 plus 10,000 plus 1 lakh. 1,81,000. 9,05,000. Now, this is total A, total B, total C. Total cost we have got is 3,78,000 18,90,000. Our cost statement is ready now. Let me check if there are any queries in the meanwhile. Now, a student has named Janvi Agarwal from Ghaziabad. How number of trips are 8? It should be 4. Janvi, please read the question carefully. It is clearly written that the bus are garaged in school. The bus will go to pick up senior students, then it will come back to drop senior students. Then they will again go to pick up junior students, and then they will drop back. They will go to pick up junior students, and they will drop these people at school. Now in the afternoon, they will drop students back at home. So first they will pick up senior students, they will drop them at home, then they will come back, and then again they will go back to drop junior students, and thereafter the bus will be garaged in school. So total 4 trips in the morning and 4 trips in the afternoon. So aggregate 8 trips. I hope it is clear, Janvi. I'll be rubbing this part, so I suggest you guys to please copy this part, because space constraint is there. So I suggest you guys to copy this part, please. I hope, Janvi, your doubt is clear. Again I repeat, since the buses are garaged in school, they will go to pick up senior students. They will drop senior students to school, then they will go to pick up junior students, and then they will drop back junior students to school. And in the afternoon, they will be dropping them home. So in aggregate, it will be 4 trips in the morning and 4 trips in the afternoon. I suggest you guys to please copy this part. It is a part of your working note. Working note number first, that is calculation of kilometers. So now I'll be erasing this part. Please copy. Okay, cool, Janvi. Satish is asking a doubt that, sir, please explain cleaner salary. Please explain cleaner salary. So see, 1 second, let me take the question. Cleaner salary is 3,500 rupees per month. So 3,500 into 12 months in a year, so it will be 42,000 for 5 buses. 42,000 for 5 buses. So per bus we have allocated 42,000 divided by 5. So it comes 8,400. I hope this part is clear now. Satish, I think yesterday also you asked the same doubt. How to calculate cleaner salary in illustration number 4. So I hope your doubt is clear now. So I'll be raising this part. I hope it is clear now. Now, we have got the total cost. Now see what the question is asking is, in the second part, work out the average cost per student per month. Work out the average cost per student per month in respect of students coming from a distance up to 4 kilometers and students coming from a distance beyond 4 kilometers from school. So since we have to calculate the monthly cost, we have got the total cost for the year. So single bus and 5 buses. So monthly cost will be how much? 3,78,000 is the yearly cost for every bus divided by 12. So the monthly cost will be 31,500 for one bus, and for 5 buses it will be 18,90,000 divided by 5 buses. That is 18,90,000 divided by 12 buses, that is 1,57,500. So now we have got the monthly cost also. Now we have to work out that if the students are coming from a distance of up to 4 kilometers, how much fare is to be charged, and if the students are coming from a distance of say more than 4 kilometers, how much fare needed to be charged. So let's start. calculation of equivalent number of students per month. Very important. Now I'm solving, since we have got the monthly data, so we'll be solving it per month. Per bus also is fine. I mean, anyways, any of the case, answer will be the same only, even if you calculate it yearly also. So now see, 50 students travel in the first trip in the morning. In first trip, total number of 50 students will be coming to school as junior students. Sorry, senior students. In second trip in the morning, I'm talking about all this part in the morning, 50 students in the morning session. And these students will be dropped back to their home in the afternoon session. Now see, so the total number, aggregate number of students traveling per bus is 100 students. Total number of students traveling per trip is 100, per bus is 100 students. First shift in the morning, second shift in the morning. And these students will be returned back home. I have to calculate the aggregate fare. Now see, 50% from the junior and 50% from the senior are within 50% of the senior and 50% of the junior students within 4 kilometers range. And 50% of the senior and 50% of the junior beyond 4 kilometer range. I hope this part is clear. Now, it is clearly mentioned in the question that students picked up and dropped within a range up to 4 kilometer of distance from the school are charged half fare. So let for this the fare is X. Then for these students the fare will be 2X. So 25 plus 25, 50X plus 50 into 2X should be equal to per bus cost 31,500 per month. So in short, 150X is equals to 31,500. Or we can say X is equals to 210 rupees. So we have assumed X for what? Traveling up to 4 kilometers. And for beyond 4 kilometers, it will be 210 into 2, 420 who are traveling beyond 4 kilometers. I hope this part is clear. Again, I repeat, first trip in the morning, total 50 students travel. Second trip in the morning, total 50 students travel. So total 100 students travel in aggregate. In the morning, first trip, 50% students avail. 50% students within 4 kilometers. And in the second shift, again 50% students within 4 kilometers. Beyond 4 kilometers, it will be again 25 and 25. So total is 50 and 50. So 50 are the persons who are traveling within 4 kilometer range and 50 persons are beyond the 4 kilometer range. So if the fare charge within 4 kilometer is X, then the fare charge for beyond 4 kilometer will be 2X is equals to 31,500. So we will get the value 150X is equals to 31,500. So X is equals to 210 if they are traveling up to 4 kilometer, and if they are traveling beyond 4 kilometer, it will be 420. If you guys have any doubts, you can raise the query. I will be discussing all the queries. Yes, dear, expenses Vandana, I think the name is Vandana Suresh from Kerala. The expenses incurred are for 8 trips. Yes, 8 trips only. But the fare is charged for to and fro. If you are charging fees from students for a particular bus for a month, it will be from the residence to school and schools to resident. That's why I have taken only morning shift. Hope this part is clear now. I have explained this thing in detail also. We would have alternatively calculated the boss if there are 100 students traveling in a bus. So 50%, that is 50 students who is within the 4 kilometer range and 50 students beyond 4 kilometer range. So 50 into 2 and 50. So total 150. But I have simplified it and I have explained little more in detail. Please copy because yesterday few students were raising query that sir please give more time to copy. So please copy this part. Many students raised query in the last session that sir please discuss illustration number 4. So I'm discussing this illustration number 4 for you guys. So please. If you guys have any query, you can please raise your queries. In the meanwhile, everyone please copy the solution. I hope Vandana Suresh, your doubt is clear. Vandana Suresh, hopefully your doubt is clear now. So now I'm erasing the board. Hopefully everyone has copied the solution properly. You can give this type of presentation in exams also. So now back to study material that I have provided you guys. Back to study material that I have provided you guys. I'll be starting with example number 6. So if you can please read example number 6 once. My material, the material I have provided in this material, example number 6 I will be discussing. So please. There are few queries raised by few students. Sakshi Gupta, sir, if we have queries related to previous chapter which you taught, then how can I ask? Sakshi, give me a day's time. I'll try to figure out the solution. Just give me a day's time, please. Mansha, why didn't we consider 9 months in a year? So Mansha, there are total 12 months in a year and all the expenditures are incurred for the entire 12 months. But yes, that is the salaries are paid for 12 months, all the taxes were levied for 12 months, but only the bus was operational only for 9 months. So the diesel cost is only for 9 months. Rest all the expenditures were incurred for the complete 12 months and the students will be charged fare for the complete 12 months only. Kushi, many students raised queries that sir we need more time to copy, so I have to go as per the request of every student. So please. Nishant Kumar, my presentation is different and institute presentation is different. The mode of calculation is more or less the same. So it's up to you how you present. Now see, let's moving towards the my study material I have provided. Illustration number 6. It's an airline based question. So let's start. Now, in order to develop tourism, ABC airline has been given a permit to operate 3 flights in a week between X and Y cities, both sides, X to Y and Y to X to Y and Y to X. The airline operates a single aircraft of 160 seating capacity. So the seating capacity is 160 passenger. The normal occupancy is 60%. So 60% of 160 is 96 throughout a week of 52 weeks. Perfect. The one-way fare is 7,200. The cost of operation of flight are fuel cost 96,000 per flight. Okay. Variable, it is a variable cost. Food is served on non-chargeable basis 125 per passenger. Again, it is a variable cost. Commission is 5% of fare applicable for all the booking. Again, a variable cost. Fixed cost is aircraft lease 3,50,000 per flight. Landing charges are 72,000 per flight. Calculate the net operating income per flight. So now they are not asking to prepare a cost statement. They are just simply asking boss prepare a net operating income per flight. So let's start. Example number 6 of my notes. So now what the question is asking, the net operating income per flight. So statement showing net operating income per flight. Let's start, guys. Now, my revenue, first of all, is the revenue. How much revenue I am generating per flight. So now, the sitting capacity is 160 passengers into 60% into the one-way fare is 7,200. So total number of passenger traveling will be 96. Sorry, 160 into 60%. 96 into 7,200. So 6,91,200 is my total revenue. Now my variable cost, since we have to calculate operating income, so my variable cost what are all my variable costs? Fuel cost 96,000 per flight. Next is food. 125 rupees per passenger and the passenger traveling are 96. So 125 into 96 is 12,000. 125 into 96, it is 12,000. Commission. Commission is 5% of the fare. So total fare collected is 691,200 into 5%. 691,200 34,560. So we are done with the variable cost. So 96,000 plus 12,000 plus 34,560. 142,560. 142,560. So 691,200 minus 142,560. 548,640. 5,48,640. Now fixed cost. How much is my fixed cost? Aircraft lease. $350,000 per flight. Landing charges. $72,000 per flight. 3,50,000 plus 72,000, total 4,22,000. So my final profit, the final operating income per flight is 126,640. I hope this part is clear, guys. Let me check if there are any queries. Yogesh, this question is not in the study material, it's from some past examination question, or you can find the same question in the practice manual, old practice manual. So, or you can get this question in the scanner also. So this question is from some past examination question. Arup Kumar Chatterjee, this question is already uploaded as I've mentioned in the previous session. on the student portal in ICAI. Still, if you guys want to take screenshot, let me share the screen. 1 second, guys. Guys, please take, those who are not been able to find this question, guys, please take the screenshot of the question. Example number 6. Please take the screenshot. Mr. Chatterjee from Kolkata, please take the screenshot. Now again, Edwin sir, please focus on the board. I hope this part is clear now. Everyone, any doubts? Now moving towards the second part, the airline expects that its occupancy will increase to 108 passengers per flight if the fare is reduced to 6720. So advise whether this proposal should be implemented or not. Now guys, I request you to solve this question on your own. I am giving you 3 minutes to 4 minutes time. So please, in the query section, please write your answers. I'll be very happy if you try to solve this question in live session, please. Nitish from Bihar, you are asking that, sir, what you teaches here and we will cover that. Will it be enough to get 80 marks in the paper? See Nitish, I am covering all the conceptual part plus few questions for practice. I am discussing in this session. But if you really want to score good marks, again I repeat, practice hard and practice hard. And improve your presentation. You will surely get good marks in exams. As far as the conceptual part is concerned, I am discussing everything. But try to solve each and every question in writing with your hands. Jyoti Vikrant, see what the question is asking. Required, calculate the net operating income per flight. So I am solving as per the question what is asked. I am solving as per what is asked in question. They are not asking for a round trip or a trip for entire 52 weeks. They are simply asking calculate the net operating income per flight. Again, Saurabh, the same doubt said that why we are not considering 52 weeks. Saurabh, please read the question carefully. Many students, what they do mistake in exams is that they don't read the question. Half of the problem is solved if you read the question carefully. Maximum part is, if you want to solve a question, there are two parts. Read the question and then solve the question. See, 50% part is over if you read the question carefully. So see what question is asking. They are asking net operating income per flight. They are asking net operating income per flight. They are not asking for a round trip or for entire 52 weeks revenue. They are simply asking for every flight, for one trip, one-way trip. Jyoti has got the answer 157,972. Let me check, even I have to calculate. Very good, Jyoti. Let me check. Others also please solve, then I will discuss the question. Everyone please try and solve this question. I've got the answer from Jyoti. Anyone else? Now see, the revenue in this case, total 160 passenger, total 108 passenger, they have given the number of passenger into the fare applicable, that is 6720, to the aggregate. Very good, Akshay from Kerala. Again, you have got the answer. Let's see, let's check your answer. Seven two five seven six 725 760. The variable cost already I have. Fuel cost is given in the question, 96,000. Food is given, 125 into 108, 13,500. Commission 5%, so 725 760 into 5%, 36288. Five 79972. I have the fixed cost. Total fixed cost is 4,22,000. 157972. Final revenue, final profit. And one very good Nishant, very good Akshay, very good Sravya. Many has got the answer. Very good, guys. Keep it up. You have to deduct the fixed cost, Amit. So now the last part, the airline expects that its occupancy will increase to 108 passenger per flight if the fare is reduced to 6720. Advise whether the proposal should be implemented or not. So earlier we were getting a revenue of 1,26,000. Now we are getting a revenue of 157. So our net income is increased by 157,972, 126,640. So 31332. So whether the proposal should be accepted or not? Yes, the proposal should be implemented. Since the company net income is increased by 31,332. Yes, the proposal should be implemented. Guys, please copy the solution. Very good, Aditi. Moini, again, please check your solution. It is, you have written 139,700, guys. Please check. This is the solution, Moini. Others, please copy. Everyone, please copy. Get some green tea for me. Keep it up, guys. Many were able to solve the question correctly. And other, please don't get disappointed. Very good, Aishwarya. Everyone, thank you very much for your efforts. Let's move towards the next question, guys. The question belongs to hotel industry. The example number 7 of my material, and the same question is also there in the study material. I'll mention you guys the number of question. 1 second, guys. It's study material question number. It's example number 6 of the study material as provided by the institute, and from my notes it's example number 7. So guys, let's start. I hope you guys have copied the solution. So now let's start illustration number, example number 7. A company runs a holiday home. For this purpose, it has hired a building at rent of rupees 10,000 per month, along with 5% of the total taking. Very interesting. You have the holiday home has to pay a rent of 10,000 per month, plus whatever the total revenue is into 5%, that is also paid along with the rent. It has 3 types of suites for its customers: single room, double room, and triple room. Type of suites: single room, double room, triple room. The number of rooms are 100, 50 and 30. Occupancy percentage is 100%, 80% and 60%. The rent of double room suite is fixed at 2.5 times of the single room. Okay. So the rent of double room will be 2.5 times of the single suite. And that of the triple room suite as twice as the double room. No worries. The other expenses for the year 2020 are as follows. These are the expenses given. Provide 20% on, provide profit at the rate of 20% on total takings and assume 360 days in a year. You are required to calculate the rent to be charged for each type of suite. No worries, guys. A very simple and a very easy question. Now, what we were doing in transport industry is that we were bifurcating the cost in three parts: fixed cost, oblique standing cost, variable cost, oblique running cost, and the third part, that is maintenance cost. In this type of hotel, costing of hotel and lodges, no need to bifurcate. Just simply write all the expenses. That's it. Again, I repeat, in case of costing of hotel and lodges, no need to bifurcate each and every part. That is, these are the fixed costs, these are the variable costs. Simply write the total of all the expenses. Very simple. So let's start example number 7 from my side, and it is the same question is also given in the Institute of Study Material also. So now what they are asking, you are required to calculate the rent to be charged for each type of soup. Okay, no problem. So let's first of all make statement of cost. Very easy question, very simple question. Staff salaries. How much? 14 lakh. Let's make it little big. 14,25,000. Room attendant wages. 4,50,000. Lighting, heating and power. 2,15,000. Repairs and renovation. 1,23,500. Laundry charges. 80,500. Interior decoration. 74,000. Sundries. 1,53,000. Last but not least, don't forget to write rent also. 10,000 into 12, 1,20,000, and 1,20,000. 5% of takings we have to calculate also. So now, before this, so we will get the total cost here after calculating the profit and total revenue. Now our statement is ready. Now, provide profit of 20% on total taking, assuming 360 days in a year, and the commission is 5% of the total takings. So cost excluding commission. Working note. Cost including commission. So 14,25,000 plus 4,50,000 plus 2,15,000 plus 123,500 plus 80,500 plus 74,000 plus 1,53,000 plus 1,20,000. 26,41,000. Now we have to add commission in it. Perfect. Now this commission is 5% of total takings. Now the profit is total 20% of the total takings. Now suppose say takings are what? How much? Let's keep taking as 100%. If the takings are 100%, the profit is 20%, the commission is 5%. So total 25% is gone. So balance we are left out with 75%, that we can say it is equals to the cost we have. I hope this part is clear. Again I repeat, my taking is say let's say 100%. The same question I have discussed, example number 3 of my study material, that ABC transport company, that same question. So the same concept we are following here also. Let's keep the taking as 100%. If the profit is 20% of taking, if the commission is 5% of taking, then the remaining cost will be very simple, 75% of the takings. So now this 26,41,000 is basically 75% of the taking. So how much will be 100%? 35,21,333. 35,21,333.33. So we have got the total takings now. How much? 35,21,333. The profit is 20%. So 7,04,266. $176,066. I hope this part is clear. So we have got commission, rent. 176,066. 296,066. The total cost will be how much? $28,17,066. The profit we have already got 7,04,000. The revenue will be 3,521,333. I hope this part is clear till now. Now, I'm showing this calculation here, so please this 26,41,000 is equals to 25%. So how much will be equal to 35,213. Now we have to calculate the room rent, that is the rent to be charged for single room, double room and triple room. So first of all, Let's first of all calculate the room days. What is the occupancy of the rooms? Now in this case we have to calculate the room days. So now calculation of room days. Single, double and triple. Single, double and triple. How many single rooms are there? 100 rooms. What is the percentage of occupancy? 100%. How many days in a year? 360 days in a year. So we can say 360 days, 100 rooms. Total 36,000 room days. Next, double room. Total how many rooms have double rooms? 50 double rooms. How much occupancy? 80% occupancy into 360 days. So 50 into 80% into 360, it comes to 14,400. Triple room, 30. What is the occupancy? 60% occupancy for 360 days. $6,480. $5,6,880 total number of rooms. Now calculation of room rent. So let's say the rent of single room is X. Is X per day. Per room. So for double room it will be 2.5 times of the single room. So 2.5x. For triple room it will be double of the double room. Now see, double room rent is 2.5x. So into 2, that is 5x. Per day per room. So now, if the rent is x per day per room and the total number of rooms are 36,000, then the total rent will be 36,000x. For double room, it will be 14,400x. Sorry, 14,400 into 2.5x plus 6,480 into 5x. And this amount, this number of rooms should be able to recover how much? 35,21,333. Again I repeat, the room rent is X per day per room. And there are 36,000 rooms. So 36,000 into X. In case of double room, it is 2.5x. So 14,400 into 2.5x. And triple rooms are 6,480. So into 5x. So, and it should be equals to how much? They should be able to generate an overall revenue of 35,21,333. So what should be the value of X? What will be the value of X? 31,035,21,333 whole divided by 1,04,400. So 35,21,333 divided by 1,04,400. 33.73. I suggest you guys to copy this part. I'll be erasing this part, and this part. Please copy this part, working note number 1. Let me check if there are any queries. So please copy this part, working note number 1st. Now, since we have got the value of x as as 33.73, and what is x? Single room rent is x per day per room. So the x is what? Single room rent. $33.73. So double room rent will be how much? $33.73 into 2.5 times. So 84.325. And for triple room, it will be 33.73 into 5. 168.65. I will surely love to visit this holiday home because it's very cheap, 33.73 per single room rent. So I'll surely love to visit if it is on a good hill station. Anyways, keeping jokes apart, the single room rent is 33.73, double room rent is 84.325, and triple room rent is 168.65. I hope this part is clear. Again, thanks for the compliment, Arup. Thank you very much. So please copy this part. I am giving you 3 to 4 minutes. I understand that few people are taking screenshot, but still there are many students who want to write the solution. So please, I have to, consider the request of each and every student, guys. So please copy as fast as possible. I have to discuss 2-3 more questions, and still we have enough of time. So guys, please copy. Harsh Agrawal, sir, please tell me the site where I can easily access your study material. Harsh goes to the student portal, and there is a link for lectures, and there is a link from where you can download the study material along with the date of the lecture also. And guys, I request you everyone to please download the please download my material, because in the coming chapters I'll be taking many questions which are not there in the module. So please, I suggest you guys to please download the study material well in advance before my lecture, because it will be more convenient for you guys to understand the things when you have material in hand. So please, if you guys want to raise any query in related to this question, you guys can raise the queries, please. I have taken 14,400 into 2.5. Rushabh, 2.5x. If the rent of the single room is x, then for double room it will be 2.5x. That is 2.5 times of the single room. So if the single room rent is x, then the double room rent will be 2.5x. Very simple, guys. Admin sir, let's take a break of 5 minutes. Students, let's take a break of 3 to 4 minutes. Okay? In the meanwhile, I request you to read question number 8. I'll be discussing question number 8 from my study material. This question is also there in the updated module, costing of hospital. So I suggest you guys to please read this question. If we are left out with some time after solving 8, 9, 10, 10th question of my study material, I'll surely try to discuss few more questions of the module study material. So let's take a break of 5 minutes, students. Admin sir, are you there? Sir, thank you. Should I start? Hello friends, let's start after a refreshing break. So I'll be discussing example number 8 of my study material, costing of hospitals. So this question, the same question is also there in the study material. So you guys, those who are not been able to get the PPTs or anything like that or study material from ICAI portal, you guys can refer this from the study material also. So let's start with example number 8, costing of hospitals. So ABC hospital run a critical care unit in a hired building. TCU consists of 35 beds and 5 beds can be added if required. Perfect. Now, the rent per month is 75,000. The supervisor, 2 persons, 25,000 per month. Nurses total, there are 4 nurses, so they are paid 20,000 per month. Ward boys, 4 ward boys, 5,000 per month each. Doctor paid 2,50,000 per month on the basis of the number of patients attended and the time spent by them. Other expenses for the year. This is the yearly data. Repairs, food to patients, other services to patients, laundry charges, medicines, other fixed expenses, administration expenses allocated. It was estimated that 150 days. It was estimated that for 150 days in a year, 35 beds are occupied. Okay, perfect. Again, I repeat, for 150 days in a year, total 35 beds were occupied, and for 80 days, only 25 beds were occupied. The hospital hired 750 beds at a charge of 100 per bed per day to accommodate the flow of patients. Okay. So the extra bed hired were 750 beds at a charge of rupees 100 bed per day to accommodate the flow of patient. However, this does not exceed more than 5 extra bed because we can accommodate max to max 5 beds only. So this does not exceed more than 5 extra beds and above the normal capacity of 35 beds on a day. You are required to calculate the profit. Again, what they are asking, calculate the profit per patient day if the hospital recovers on an average 2,000 per day from each patient. Okay, no worries. So if the hospital is recovering 2,000 per day from each patient, so what will be the profit per patient day? Perfect, no problem. Now find out the break-even point for the hospital. A very good question. I suggest you guys to read it once again. Let me check. Please read the question once again. A hospital runs a critical care unit in a hired building. CCU consists of 35 beds. 5 more beds can be added. Rent, supervisor, salaries, nurses, ward boys, doctor payments, and all the expenses are given. So let's start then. Let's start the question. Now, since we have to calculate the profit, so first of all, we have to calculate the revenue. Since we have to calculate the total income, total revenue, how much we are generating. From my material, it is example number 8. So what they are asking, calculate the profit per patient if the hospital recovers on an average 2,000 per day from each patient. So statement showing profit. Now, before starting with the statement, since the revenue is given 2,000 per day from each patient, so we have to first calculate the room days. So working note. Working note number first. Calculation of patient days. The number of beds we can say. So it's clearly mentioned that for 150 days, patient beds. So it's clearly written that for 150 days in a year, 35 beds were occupied. So 150 into 35. Next, for 80 days, only 25 beds. So for remaining 80 days, only 25. And extra beds hired, 750. So write it. So 150 into 35, it comes to 5250. 50 into 25, 2000. Extra beds. $750 as given in the. So 2000 plus 5250 plus 750, total 8000 patient beds. I hope this part is clear. Let me check if you guys have any queries. No queries as such till now. So let's start. So we have got the total number of patient beds, that is 8000. So let's start. The total revenue, how much I am generating? Total number of patient beds, 8000. And how much I am getting on an average per patient? 2000 rupees. So the total revenue is little is in lakhs now, so I have to increase the size of column. So 8000 into 2000. 16, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 crore 60 lakhs. Now since it is an income statement, let's first write down the variable cost. Whatever the variable cost, write down. Rent is fixed, supervisor is fixed, nurses are fixed, ward boys is fixed. Doctor paid rupees 2,50,000 per month, paid on the basis of number of patient attended and time spent by them. So perfect. So doctor fees. How much they have paid? 2,50,000 per month into 12. So 30 lakh. Okay. Next variable cost is food to the patient. Food. Food to patients. 8,80,000. Other services to patient. Three lakh. This is a variable cost. Laundry charges again variable. 6 lakh. Medicines. Again variable. 7,50,000. I hope we are done with all the variable cost. We are done with doctors fees. Then food to patient 8,80,000. Other services 3 lakh rupees. Laundry charges 6 lakh rupees. And then last medicines 7,50,000. Yes, extra beds. How many extra beds? 750 into per bed charges 100 rupees. The hospital hired 750 beds at a charge of 100 per bed per day. So 750 into 100, 75,000. So we have got the total variable cost 30 lakh plus 880 plus 3 lakh plus 6 lakh plus 750 plus 75,000, 56 lakh 5,000. 40005,000. We call this term sales minus variable cost as contribution. I'll be discussing all this in the coming session, but as of now, just for your knowledge, if it is revenue sales minus variable cost, we call it as contribution. Now less fixed cost. Rent per month. How much is the rent? 75,000 into 12 months, 9 lakh rupees. Next, supervisor salaries. It is 25,000 per month, and there are 2 for supervisors. So don't forget to multiply it by 2. So 25,000 into 2 into 12, 6 lakh. Nurses. $20,000 per month into 12 months into how many number of nurses? 4 nurses. So 20,000 into 12 into 4, 9,60,000. Ward boys. How many? 4 ward boys. So 5,000 into 4 into 12. 2,40,000. So again, recheck the calculation. 25,000 into 12 into 2, 6 lakh. I hope this part is final. 20,000 into 12 into 4, 9,60,000. 5,000 into 4 into 12, 2,40,000. Now the salary part is over. Now repairs 81,000. The next, other fixed expenses. Other fixed expenses are, now see, there is a slight correction in my study material. It is 10,80,000. The institute module has a solution as per 10,80,000. I suggest you guys to make a little correction in my material. Its other fixed expenses are not 1,08,000. It is 10,80,000. I'm extremely sorry for that. I repeat again, there is a small correction in my study material. Point number F, example number 8. It is 10,80,000, not 1,08,000. Administration expenses. Allocated, how much? 10 lakh. So we have got 9 lakh plus 6 lakh plus 9,60,000 plus 2,40,000 plus 81,000 plus 10,80,000 plus 10 lakh. 48,61,000 is my total fixed cost. So what will be my profit? I think I made some calculations. Guys, sorry, it is not 1 crore 60 lakh minus 56,05,000. So it's 103,95,000 minus 48 lakh 553 55 lakh. It's a slight calculation mistake. Please check. So we have got 55 lakh 34,000. I hope this part is clear. Illustration number 8 till now. If you have any queries, you guys can post. Guys, please check. This is the correct answer. It's a slight calculation mistake. If you have any queries, you can raise the queries now. I'll be moving towards the next part of the question. You are required to calculate the profit per patient day if the hospital recovers on an average 2,000 per day from each patient. So now, the part of our working note. So A point. Profit per patient day. Total profit is 5,53,400 divided by 8,000. Alternatively, you can also show contribution per patient day. That is 1 crore 3,95,000 divided by 8,000. So 55 lakh 34,000 divided by 8,000, 691.75. Alternatively, you can also show 1 crore 3 lakh 95,000 divided by 8,000. So 1299.375. Now the next question they are asking is find out the break-even point for the hospital. Now see, they are asking break-even point for the hospital. Now, not going that much in detail, I'll be discussing break-even point in the coming chapter, that is marginal costing. So let's not discuss more about break-even point. But in general, what is break-even point? The point where there is no profit, no loss. Again, I repeat, what is break-even point? The point where there is no profit and no loss. So the formula given, I'll be discussing this formula in the coming chapter, marginal costing. So the formula given is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. So now here our fixed cost is 48 lakh 61,000 divided by contribution per patient day. It is 1299.375. 1299.375. So 48 lakh 61,000 divided by 1299.375. It comes to 3741. 3741 patients. 3,741 patient days. This is the break-even point. I will be discussing this break-even point in the coming chapter, marginal costing. So as of now, just do remember this formula: fixed cost divided by contribution per unit, or we can say contribution per patient days. So this question is over. If you guys have any doubts, you can raise the queries. Yes, Aman Agrawal, we have to ignore the days, number of days in a year. Doctor fees is, sorry, 1 second. Aman Agrawal, I'll be discussing your doubt first. Sir, kindly explain the calculation of beds. Do we have to ignore the number of days in a year? See, Aman, we are following as per the data given in the question. And as per the data given in question, even they have ignored. So follow the instruction as what? Given in question. It is written that in 150 days in a year, total 35 beds were occupied. And for remaining 80 days in a year, 25 beds were occupied. Correct? And the extra beds given were 750. Now see, I mean the alternate solution is not possible because there are no instruction given in the question. If you want, you would have taken assumption, but I suggest you to go for as this solution only. I suggest you guys to go with this solution only. Ignore the number of days in a year. See, there is a query raised by Arup Kumar Chatterjee that doctor has been paid 2,50,000 per month, paid on the basis of number of patients attended and time spent by them. So now, Arup, here it is clearly mentioned that it is dependent upon the number of patients, and they have calculated the approx amount, that is 2,50,000 per month. So it's not a fixed salary we are paying to doctor. We are just paying in consultancy as per the number of patients they are attending and the time spent by them. So accordingly, it is a variable cost, Arup. There is a query raised by Sakshi Gupta. I'll be discussing this query in the marginal costing chapter about break-even sales. Sales minus variable cost is contribution. So please just wait for a few more days. I'll be discussing all these queries, that why the sales minus variable cost is contribution. And what is this break-even sales? I'll be discussing the entire chapter for 2 days. So don't worry guys, I'll be discussing this concept in depth, but not now. In marginal costing I'll be discussing. Harita from Tamil Nadu has raised a query that, sir, in question, please explain the last point which starts with however. So see, they are saying, see Harita, read the question carefully, that ABC hospital runs a critical care in a hired building, consists of 35 beds. Now the bedding capacity is 35 beds. And maximum number of beds they can accommodate is 5 beds per day. Again I repeat, the capacity of the hospital is 35 beds, and apart from this, they can accommodate max to max 5 days. Now move towards the last part of the question. However, this does not exceed more than 5 extra beds over and above the normal capacity. So it is clear, they are even explaining that these 750 beds are actually hired, but they have considered that maximum bed they have hired is only 5 beds in a day. I repeat again, though they have hired 750 beds in this year, but still they have given you the information that we have hired max to max 5 beds only. That's it. We have not hired more than 5 beds. We have kept our beds in limitation only. So that's what they are explaining. Nidhi, very good. You have two quick, very good. I appreciate. Very good, Nidhi. You have solved the next question also. Very good. Keep it up. I hope everybody's doubt is clear now. So let's start with the next question. Vandana Suresh, I'll surely try to solve your question. I'll surely try to solve your query if the time permits. So let's see. Let's move toward the next question. That is ninth question. Costing of IT and ITs. So let's start with the next question. This question is also there in the study material also. If you guys have any queries in this question, you guys can raise, or else fatafat, please do copy fast. Also, please copy fast. Please copy the question fast, guys. Karan Mittal, you can check the updated schedule for the month of September. Even I have to check the schedule of my lecture. So Karan, you can check it over the institute portal only. Let's start with the ninth example. The same example is also there in the study material also. So you can refer study material also. Just a second, guys. Just a second, guys. One second. So let's start with ninth question, costing of IT and ITs. So following are the data pertaining to Infotech Private Limited for the year 2019 and 20. The salary to software engineers were 5%, 15 lakh. It's the data given for the entire year. Salary to project leaders were 2%, 9 lakh. Salary to project manager was 6 lakh. Repairs and maintenance costs were 3 lakh. Administration overheads were 12 lakhs. the company executes a project XYZ, the details of the same are as follows. Now see, the data given as salary to software engineer, project leader, project manager, repairs and maintenance, administration overheads, all these data are of a complete year. And now they are saying that the company executes a project XYZ, the detail of same are as follows. Now see, there is a special project name XYZ given to the company and the details are as follows. Now this project duration is 6 months only. Okay. Only one project leader and 3 software engineers were involved for the entire duration of 6 months of the project. Whereas the project manager, there is only one project manager in the company. So whereas project manager spends 2 months efforts during the execution of project. Perfect. Now the travel expenses incurred for the project is 1,87,500. Okay. 2 laptops were purchased at a cost of 50,000 each for the use in the project, and the life of the same is estimated is 2 years. Prepare project cost sheet. Now we have to prepare the cost sheet of that particular project, that is for 6 months. So let's prepare project cost sheet. Example number 9. So first point, project duration is 6 months, only one project leader. So one project leader. Now see, in the question given, salary to project leader, total number is 2 person is 9 lakh. Okay. So total salary to project leader is how much? 9 lakh. And there are 2 project leaders. So divided by 2 project leaders is only one project leader. How many persons were involved? One project leader. For how many months? 6 months. Then 3 software engineer. For entire 6 months. I'm just writing the extracts of the question. Next is the project manager for 2 months. Only one project manager is there. I'm just writing the extracts of the question. It is given that one project leader for 6 months, 3 software engineer for the 6 months, and one project manager for 2 months. Now it will be easy for us to calculate. So the total salary paid, one second. Now see, the total salary paid to project leader is 9 lakh. There are 2 persons. So divided by 2, per person is 2. Now how much time he has spent? 6 months. So into 6 by 12. So 9 lakh. So 9 lakh divided by 2, 2,25,000. Now 3 software engineer. Total salary paid to the software engineer is 15 lakh. Total number of software engineers are 5 persons. And how many are employed? 3 are employed for a period of 6 months. So into 6 by 12. It comes to 15 lakh divided by 5 into 3 were employed for a period of 12 months, so divided by 2. Again I repeat, 15 lakh is the total salary divided by total 5%, but 3 were employed for a period of 6 months, so the salary paid will be 4,50,000. Now next is salary to project manager, and the project manager required is only one. So project manager total salary is 6 lakh and he has devoted 2 months time to the project. So 6 lakh into 2 by 12. 1 lakh. Now, I hope this part is clear till now. Let me check if you guys have any queries in that part. I think there are no doubts as such. So now we are done with the salary part. Now issue arises, these repairs and maintenance cost, administration overheads are incurred as a whole in a company. I repeat again, this repairs and maintenance cost and administration overheads are incurred as a whole in the company. So how to allocate, how to absorb these overheads in this cost sheet, in this project cost sheet. Now the best alternative available is that it should be allocated, because this in IT industry, the major thing is the employees who perform, who do the job. So let's absorb these overheads of IT and ITs on the basis of, I repeat again, let's absorb these overheads on the basis of the salary paid to the person. Even it is recommended also, because the maximum work is done by the the maximum part of the work is done by the manpower who are doing their duties. So these overheads are also absorbed on the basis of the salaries paid. So calculation of absorption rate of overheads. Why we are absorbing on the basis of salaries paid? The only reason is that the 90% of the work done depends upon the persons, and these people are paid, these persons are paid in the form of salaries. So let's absorb all the overheads on the basis of salaries as given. So the total overheads are how much? Repairs and maintenance is 3 lakh and admin overheads are 12 lakh. So total overhead is how much? 15 lakh. And the total number of salary paid to, I'll bifurcate it for your further. Total overheads are 3 lakh plus 12 lakh divided by total salaries paid, that is 15 lakh plus 9 lakh plus 6 lakh. So 15 lakh divided by 30 lakh, it is 50%. So we can say, since we have to charge the overheads to this project cost sheet, so we calculated the absorption rate, and accordingly we'll be absorbing the overheads on the basis of salary paid. So total salary paid is how much? Salary paid in this project is 2,25,000 plus 4,50,000 plus 1 lakh, 7,75,000. Don't worry, guys. I'll be addressing few people. Few of you guys are raising query. I'll be discussing all the queries at the end of this question. So salaries paid is 7,75,000. 50 overheads absorbed. 50% of 7,75,000. 387,500. Now the travel expenses incurred are 1,87,500. Depreciation is also there since we purchased 2 laptops and the cost of each is 50,000. So 50,000 into 2 laptops. The life is how many years? 2 years. Into 1 by 6 by. So total we incurred a cost of 1 lakh divided by the life is 2 years. 50,000 into 2, 1 lakh. 2 laptops were purchased at a cost of 50,000 each for use in the project, and the life of the same is estimated as 1 lakh divided by 2 divided by. So 25,000 is the total. That's it. So we have got the total cost 7,75,000 plus 387,500. $13,75,000 is the cost of the project. I hope you guys are thorough with this question. So if you guys have any queries, you can raise. And in the meanwhile, I suggest you to copy the solution. I've taken the salary of project manager Abhilasha Singh from Jaipur. I've written here 6 lakh into 2 by 12. The salary of project manager is 6 lakh, and since he has devoted 2 months time, so into 2 by 12. Please copy the solution, guys. If you guys have any queries, you can raise it. Any questions, any doubts? Why I have calculated the absorption rate? If you have any queries, you can ask. It is very important. Since there is no basis given for repairs and maintenance, so that's why I have absorbed all the overheads on the basis of percentage of the salary paid to the staff. There is a query raised by Sakshi Gupta that, sir, why you have calculated 50% of 7,75,000? See, I have paid the salaries to project leader, software engineer, and project manager, total in aggregate 7,75,000. And I have calculated this rate on the basis of total salary. This 3 lakh is what? My overhead. This 3 lakh plus 12 lakh are my overheads. This 15 lakh plus 9 lakh plus 6 lakh is the total salary in 200. Since I have calculated it on the basis of salaries paid, therefore, in this project also we have paid a total salary of 75,000. And accordingly, I have used the absorption rate that whatever the salary paid, the 50% will be the overhead. In aggregate for a year, the total salaries paid were 30 lakh, of which 50%, 50% of the salary were the overhead. So accordingly, in this project also, the salary paid is 7,75,000, of which 50% will be the overheads. Yes, Abhilasha, 50% of salaries as overheads. Sakshi, hopefully your doubt is clear now. Now, since we have limitation of time, so I'll not be able to solve question number 10, but I'll be discussing this question so you can solve it on your own. It's a very, very, very easy question. It's just like a normal question. All these questions we have discussed, but just simply that it is question with a different heading. So don't worry guys, it's a very easy question. So I'll be discussing this question in this session. After that you can solve it on your own. If you guys have any queries, those who are going to attend my next session, I'll be discussing this question if you have any queries. So let's start with question number 10. Before starting, there is a query of Abhilasha saying why we absorb 50% of salary as overhead. See Abhilasha, I repeat again, in this industry, in this IT industry, the maximum 95% of the task is done by the person who are employed in this industry. That is the we can say ITs, software engineers or someone like that. So now these overheads are we have to absorb these overhead and there is no basis as given in question. So what we will assume is that these overhead are dependent upon the salary of the personals. So accordingly, we calculated this absorption rate on the basis of the salary of the persons. So I hope your doubt is clear. Ashneet Kaur Johar, very good. Sakshi, good. Now let's start. BHG Toll Plaza Limited has built a 60 kilometers long highway. I will be raising the board now. I'll be discussing this question. So BHG Toll Plaza Limited has built a 60 kilometers highway. So what's the distance of highway? 60 kilometers. And now operates a toll plaza to collect tolls from the passing vehicle. The company has invested 600 crores. Amount invested 600 crores to build the road and estimated that a total of 60 crores vehicle will be using the highway in 10 years. So how many vehicles in 10 years? 60 crores vehicle in 10 years. So we can say per year how much? 6 crores. Per month how much? 50 lakh vehicle per month. So, number of vehicles. Perfect. Total operating and maintenance cost for the month. Now the data given is of monthly basis. The data given is on monthly basis. So you guys have to solve this question on monthly basis only. To solve this question on monthly basis. I'm just writing my explanation. You have to simply do the necessary calculation. Collection persons, total 3 shifts, 4 person per shift, and 150 per day per person. So very simple. Total 150 per day per person. How many persons? 4 persons. How many shifts? 3 shifts. How many days in a month? 30 days in a month. So we could have easily calculated 54,000. Again I repeat, and just for your reference, writing down collection personal, three shifts are there. How many persons per shift? Total 4 persons per shift. So total 12 number of person into 150 per day into 30 days in a month. 54,000. Accordingly, you can calculate supervisor's amount, security personnel, store booth manager, electricity cost is given, telephone cost is given, maintenance cost is given, 30 lakh rupees. The company need 25% profit over total cost to cover interest and other costs. Calculate cost per kilometer, calculate cost per kilometer and calculate the toll rate per vehicle. Assume that there is only one type of vehicle. They have not given that there will be a separate toll for car, buses or anything like that. So they have not mentioned that there will be a separate toll for car, buses or something like that. So I have already explained the question. If you guys have any doubts in relation to this question, you guys can ask me. One more thing, since our capital expenditure we have incurred is total 600 crores and that we want to recover in 10 years. So per year we have to recover how much? 60 crores. Again I repeat, we have a capital expenditure of 600 crores. In simple terms, suppose if we are into transportation industry, what we calculate? The depreciation of the bus. What is depreciation? That is simply that suppose the assets cost is 10 lakh and the life is 10 years. So we charge every year 1 lakh rupees depreciation. So here in this case also the asset is what? The expenditure incurred is 600 crores for 10 years. So per year it will be 60 crores and per 60 crores and per month will be 60 divided by 12. 5 crores. So this 5 crore is more or less like depreciation. The laptop, sorry, this is Rahul. I'll discuss your query after this question. So if you guys have any query, it's just more or less this capital expenditure is more or less like depreciation only. Now see, I have calculated, I have given you all the extracts of this question number 10. You have to simply make the total of the expenditure divided by the number of kilometers. I have calculated everything in this question. So if you guys have queries in relation to question number 10, you guys can ask the queries. There are few queries of students of the previous question also. So I'll discuss those queries also. So in the meanwhile, if you guys have any queries in relation to question number 10, Please ask. I'm waiting for your queries, students, and I suggest you to copy all these extracts. I suggest you guys to write these extracts. These extracts will be helpful for you while solving the question number 10th of my set, and it is also there in the study material. Now see, Mr. Rahul Sundar has asked a query in relation to example number 9th I have discussed previously, that sir, two laptops were purchased at a cost of 50,000 each for use in the project. The life of the same is estimated to be 2 years. So sir, why you have not absorbed the entire cost of laptop 50,000 into 1 lakh in this project? See Rahul, after using these laptops for this project, we'll be using these laptops again also for some other projects, because the life is 2 years. So for 6 months we are using in this project. For another 6 months we'll be using in some other projects. So that's why I have calculated I have absorbed the cost as per the data given in the question. Hopefully Rahul, your doubt is clear now. I repeat again, after using these laptops for this project, they will be using these laptops for other projects also. Any other queries? Last 2 minutes for the queries, please. Abhilasha Singh, any doubts? Any other doubts, guys? So now, winding up the session today, the chapter is over. A very, very, very important chapter from examination point of view, and a very easy chapter. Again, the same points. There is no alternative of hard work. So guys, please start writing. Make it as a habit to write and solve the questions. I suggest you to practice many. There are many questions of past exam. The scanners are available in the market. So I suggest you to buy those scanners and practice as much as possible. So at least, you guys will be thorough with the concept. So practice hard, work hard. Till then guys, take care. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you guys. Thank you. Admin sir.